You are now entering Maximum Driftcast, the only drifting podcast hosted by a Spanish soccer mom, a 30-year-old silver-haired fox going on 60, and finally, a 200-pound bowl of spaghetti with chimichanga arms.
The champions, we are the champions.
And welcome to Maximum Driftcast,
the only drifting podcast with...
Oh, is that Mike firing it back to me?
Yeah.
God.
I wanted to come up with something on the fly.
Yeah. Well, I thought you were going to finish it, but now you send it back. I wasn't ready for that.
It's like ping pong.
It's the only drifting podcast with Formula Drift Charity Award winner Josh.
Oh, hey, Josh.
Hi, guys.
Oh,
hello.
There it is, right there.
Right here.
So Josh is our guest host for this very special episode. He won the Formula Drift charity auction where all the proceeds went to charity. And as a result, he gets to be a special guest host here. And for some reason, he requested Matt Field.
I know, right? Like, why?
So I guess we're also here with Matt Field if you guys care about that at all. I'm not honestly...
Stop goofing, Sam.
We just
I'm
spoke
not fully
about
on
this,
board.
guys.
We just had a discussion about
Yeah,
this.
not too many goofs.
Oh, really?
We can't.
Oh, yeah. Matt Field said that he wants our podcast to be more serious if we ever want to get him on the show again.
Did I say that?
No, he didn't say
Pretty sure
that.
I didn't. Pretty sure I didn't.
He didn't say that. So, Josh, as a guest host, what you got to do is you got to razz Matt.
Okay.
Pretty much
So
the
Josh-
entire time.
No,
Josh, what do
you know
got?
what? I feel like I kind of want to be the serious note on this, like straight face, like no matter what, just
Yeah, just
always straight.
Says the man with the red hair.
All right.
Hey, this
Josh,
is
get started.
It's
then.
a
Fire it up.
balayage.
You're so
Okay.
good at this.
Well, let's just like real quick, for people who don't know, Josh won the auction. You outbid everybody else on eBay with $665, which were
Which is kind of a bummer.
$1 from being, the number of the beast.
Okay.
Which obviously this is a beast friendly show.
Well, we got the Beast of the
Beast friendly.
Bay.
They have the beast of the bay.
His number's wrong, though. It should be
Yeah.
666
It's
instead of
666 instead of
777,
777.
which is weird.
So he would have finished 6th position instead of 7th.
I know.
Jesus.
Numbers. It's a numbers game.
I mean the devil.
Yeah, sorry I let you guys down.
So no, but I mean that was for a very good cause for City of Hope,
Yep.
cancer research and treatment, and Josh. I mean, obviously that was very nice from you. Is there anything you want to say about the whole the fight against cancer?
Yeah, no, I'm glad that it was held, and it's a huge part of things that my family has gone through, and I just wanted to really put back into it, especially I wish it was a lot more, to be honest. I wish it
Me too.
but I'm glad hearing what the end number ended up being, like over 10,000 or something like that, going
Right.
towards it and everything. That was amazing. So it was good to see how many people actually participated. So
Yeah, that's a cool thing. Is something as bummer as cancer and things like that. There's a lot of people that are willing to step up to help.
Yeah,
And
brings people together. I mean,
Yeah.
as sad as it is, at the same time, I guess we all can say out loud on camera, but fuck cancer.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Yep. I agree.
Watch your
So,
fucking
anyways,
mouth,
Josh is joining us, and the other cool thing is we have a big event coming up that is gonna. Josh has a pretty big role in that one too,
Cool.
so we'll probably.
Quite a coincidence.
Yeah.
Maybe we can talk about it after we're done with the guest, because the guest looks impatient. Look
Yeah,
at
look
him.
at him.
He's
He's-
look at him. There you
He's
go.
just sweaty spaghetti right now. Look at that.
How warm is it over there in the Bay Area right now?
It's like 65 degrees right
Ah,
now.
it's
or something
toasty.
like that.
Stifling.
Yeah.
Well, let's let Josh fire it up. Josh, ask anything you want of this driver.
Oh, on the
Ooh.
spot.
Sam throws me under the bus on that one.
That Sam's good at that. He
Oh
does
no,
it
I
to us,
was
too.
You didn't prepare
after
anything? You didn't prepare anything? Where's your notebook? Let's see your
Yeah,
notebook.
my
Where's your
notebook.
where's your notes?
My notebook was actually
Here.
going to the event, the last round, and actually
Oh,
just
the dog
going
ate
around
it.
and looking
I
at your
forgot
car
about it.
and just picking it apart and like seeing how all this cool stuff is built.
He
in the
asked Lon
Corvette,
to hold
so-
on to it.
What?
Your notebook.
He
My
asked Lon
notebook.
to hold on to his notes.
What? Are you writing some notes
I
too?
found Josh's
You found-
notes. This
Oh no!
What is it?
Here's the goof. I didn't draw that because usually I draw way better than that, and there's usually veins and stuff involved.
But you had something in your hand, Josh. What is that right there in front of you?
What?
Right there.
Oh,
Yeah.
Lord.
Oh,
So-
so here's a new rule that we made up today. Any new guest that's coming in is required to play Mary Had a Little Lamb on the bass flute. And Josh killed it. He actually played Beethoven's Fifth
It was like
Symphony.
it was like a 12-minute
Wish it was
long.
recorded.
Yeah, it was the extended version. It was the extended version of the Freebird. He actually played on it.
I have good finger movement, to be honest, if you ever want to find out.
Oh.
All right, well, let's.
So you actually went to the last round of Irwindale,
Yes.
which is awesome. You were there Thursday up into Sunday.
Yeah.
What was your take from the last round? Obviously, watching match performance and things like that, but
No, the whole event was awesome. I love seeing like the last rounds just because it's so much hype and everybody's going crazy. I mean, especially, the experience that I had, just going down there and actually walking through the pits. A lot more people, that I've been involved with lately are super gracious and kind of invite me into their world and, just don't really want to name off names just because everybody was really cool. And like I said, I walked over to NASCAR and was just taking a look at all the engineering in the back and how cool it looked and just all the carbon and or Kevlar or whatever the composite actually was just is intense.
That's going for a walk.
Yeah, where are you going?
Yeah. We'll go so that viewers can see the back of my
Yes,
car currently
yes.
right now. Because mine as well.
Oh, currently,
Awesome.
what's that mean?
Oh, because I started tearing it apart already. I started tearing it apart right before I left to China. Got the diff and the subframe, like all the stuff out, and got it shipped off so that stuff can be started to be rebuilt.
Whoa,
geez.
there is no back half.
yeah, there's nothing there now.
Exactly.
So what are you going to be doing with this like whole back half? Is it going to be completely redesigned or are you going to put it all back together after you get all the pieces back?
Yeah, so first thing right now, next step is to just clean everything, and then once all the freshened up transmission and rear end and all that stuff, it'll go back on. Honestly, I'm really happy with how everything worked out. There's a couple things that I want to change. One of which is this. This is the dry sump catch can. It's just way too small and it'd blow oil everywhere. So that I'm just going to change to make it bigger. The radiator, I'm going to be working with CNR now. So like all of this stuff I had to fabricate myself, but they're going to basically build an identical radiator to this because this is an off-the-shelf radiator that I modified myself. But I'm going to send this to them and they're going to make me a radiator so that if I ever do damage it, I have a spare ready to go that's like prefabricated.
Now, are you going to have to change a lot of the carbon parts for that to fit that?
No, all the stuff already worked because, this is where my fan shroud usually goes and the air run out. So all that stuff's going to stay the same. I was a little concerned if all that was going to work because the air run out basically comes out to the rear bumper and I was constantly worried that it was going to blow off every time I touched the oil, but it worked really, really good. One thing that I do need to do, though, is this is where the bash bar mounts. And I don't know if you guys can see it, but you can see where like the bash bar punched through the plate and dented the frame rail there. That was from Atlanta.
Yeah, that was a big
I'm
one.
gonna
Little
cut
walk
these off. Yeah, that was the hardest crash I've ever had. So I'm going to cut these off and weld new ones on there. And then
But that's crazy that that's
this-
all that happened from that crash. Because when you went to the
Consider-
wall,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, cool. Did he just total his new Corvette? But apparently that is a one. Just looking at that car, like I don't know how many exposed rear ends you boys have seen, but that no other form of the drift car looks like that because just because of the unique design of the Corvette body, it's incredible that you can take all that off and it's just frame rails. Like that's really insane that it's so
and
stripped
you
down.
can see how beef the frame rails are, right? Like
Yeah,
it's
those
are
stronger
massive.
than it's like F-150 shit.
Ah.
Yeah.
Do you truly believe
Yeah,
that
you can
Corvette
see-
is one of the best drift cars?
After one, you've
Yeah.
had a season.
Yeah, absolutely. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that
Well, the
like
whole thing's
my
stripped.
car is the best drift
Right.
car in the world right
No,
now
for sure.
because I still think that there's a lot to gain from it. But it goes to show you, like right out of the box, this thing was pretty good at Long Beach, and every round it got better. So
And you
just
had,
that
of course, an incredibly successful season with this car, and it's his
you.
debut season. And lots of drivers, I feel like almost everyone we've talked to this past year, even though it's not like you kicked everyone's ass in this car every chance you got, but it's still crazy that like every driver we talked to is like, yeah, I want to build a Corvette. because they know the potential of the chassis, and it's like, I don't want to say it's a cheater chassis from the start, but it's the most like well equipped stock chassis you can really start with, and as you can see with those beefy mounting points and just the overall shape of everything that you're not allowed to change, you're starting with such a good shape of a car.
Yeah, it really is. There's a couple limitations that I'm already finding out. For example, like cars that have a rear subframe, you're able to modify every pickup point, right? Mm-hmm. But on like the Corvette rear subframe, only the rear lower control arms mount to the subframe. And I've modified that, but like the upper arm mounts to the chassis, right? Like this is the upper arm mount here, and I'm not allowed to modify that. So that's one thing. Like I wish I could modify this, but I can't. So I'm having to rely on all the modifications on the lower arm. But again, it's like the stuff that you have to do to make an S chassis work versus the small things that I had to do to make the Corvette work. You know, they're pretty easy to make happen.
What's up with the S chassis these days?
Literally sitting in the trailer since I brought it to Irwindale. I need to pull it out, give it a little bit of a prep because I'm going to be driving it at Winter Jam next month up at Sonoma.
Nice.
So that'll be fun, and hoping that I can make some stuff happen, put a program together, because the plan is to have him drive that car.
Have who drive it?
Pat Gooden.
Pat Gooding.
Really?
I was hoping that some
Bring
news would
Pat
be released about that, because I was talking to Pat recently. We don't get along. It's pretty obvious from all of our interactions. And I was making fun of him for being the worst Formula Drift driver that doesn't drift. And now he told me that he's going to be possibly doing that. And I'm pumped to see that you're taking the little boy in. Just be careful. I already punched his tooth out once. If you get upset with him, just don't punch him in the mouth.
He's got soft teeth.
Yeah, very soft.
That was a milk. Milk.
Yeah, he's lack
Little-
of calcium.
Yeah.
And
a
it's
milk
also
toad.
really gross too, is that they're really soft and squishy until he gets excited, and then it's harden up.
Are we talking about
Bite
the...
you?
That's the wrong tooth,
Are
Sam.
we talking about teeth?
Yeah, that's the wrong tooth, Sam.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Matt, question.
Yep.
Before we go away from the Corvette, so a lot of people don't know, but Corvettes have a leaf spring for the rear suspension instead of a coil. So when you do the modification to accept coilovers on the car, what kind of work needs to be done to get that done properly?
Literally, you ditch the leaf spring thing, throw it in the trash, and
Yep.
bolt on coilovers.
Oh, really? So
It's literally as simple as that. Yep.
so you just bolt them where
'Cause-
the shock.
Yeah.
No, that's
This
even
is
with the
where the
C7s
stock
too.
shock mounts,
Okay.
right here. Yeah,
guess.
same C5, C6, C7,
Oh.
all the same
Nice.
principle. This is where the shock mounts, and you can see like it's incredibly beefy just to have
Oh.
a shock, right?
Okay.
So you can ditch it and bolt on a coilover literally with no issue.
And the spindle
Wow.
has the right amount of reinforcement to take the weight and all the abuse.
Yeah, so on a Corvette, the shock is actually located on the lower control arm. So, and the lower control arm is plenty beef to accept true coilover. It's pretty funny because most of like the road race Corvette guys, which is almost all what Corvettes are used for, all of them are using like factory everything, factory control arms. The only thing they do is like brakes and
Yeah.
proper shock.
They come with a
They're-
lot of
They're good to go.
factory adjustability, so I guess
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, crazy,
that's nice.
crazy.
Cool. That's good to hear.
So it was
But yeah, you can see.
Josh,
I guess I'll
Josh,
just show you
now
around
hold
real
on,
quick.
hold on.
go ahead.
Josh has to interject here. Josh, now what I usually do right about now is I'll make some sort of pun or some sort of something about Matt's appearance.
Or Matt's
or
rear
just
end.
anything really. It's up to you how you want to play this.
With what?
Josh,
This is where you make
just
fun of the listener now.
Throw him a razz, Josh. Do what you have to do.
Come on, Josh. You got it in you, buddy.
Ask him about his denim shorts.
Well, no. I was just looking at he's wearing the same exact company for the beanie and the
Oh, that's right.
Heatwave.
yeah,
Heatwave
Heatwave is
visual.
going on.
Thanks.
Where's the glasses though?
Thanks, Heatwave Visuals, for
Yeah.
providing us with awesome.
Josh being very
viewing,
observant today.
um,
Being very observant, Josh.
yeah, I mean,
is. It's great.
thanks,
great
Josh.
great
I
details.
like going with style.
Great
Yeah.
details. Great details.
Yeah, I mean, Heatwave is the jam. There's not really much to explain. It's It's a sunglass company that makes cool shit like rad videos.
Yeah, by the way, yours was very good.
My mountain road videos out there.
Yeah, it was
Which was awesome.
YouTube.
We raved all
you.
about it when it came out, and the sick drone pilot you had that was getting weird with those canyon run shots that dumped out into the road, which takes having to direct some drone pilots before. Like, it's tough to time it like that. Like, they gotta really nail that. So your pilot killed it, and obviously you killed it on that mountain road because those roads are sketchy.
Yeah, I'm glad he didn't hit
conditions.
the canyon wall in like the first 5 seconds of it.
Yeah, Kirk
And
did
nearly
that.
destroying the red.
Oh, you have
And those
I
are
mean,
red cameras sticking at the end.
Yeah, right.
You have
Jeez.
You have to.
So shout out to
There's no option.
Hidway Visual. Hidway Visual.
There we
These
go.
Aren't you wearing the
sunglasses
glasses right now too?
and-
Aren't you
Paco.
wearing heat wave, Paco?
Yeah,
Aren't
you're
you
wearing heat wave.
those? Yeah, exactly.
Paco, why didn't you ever
Paco
give me
all
my
the time.
glasses?
I have them right here, Sam.
Let me see him.
Oh, those right there? Those? Right there. Do you not see what? Let me see
in a
those
box.
diamond glasses though. I want to wear those.
Okay.
Those are.
So Josh.
Okay, Josh
Oh
has his
my
heat waves
lord!
on.
Hold on.
Paco's juicing
Don't give my
Josh
glasses to Josh. Josh, now that you're one of the hosts,
No,
I've got to also be
I will
mean
wear
to you.
your glasses
Josh
if I want
looks
to.
like a
He came from the future.
yeah, from the Matrix.
Wait, are those my glasses?
No.
No,
Yes,
they're right
yes,
here.
they are. No, don't lie to him. These are.
These are the ones.
All right, so here, check this out, Sam. So, Heatwave also hooked it up with these beautiful set of.
Why are the lenses brown? Sam wants brown vision.
Oh,
They're,
that's
There
aren't
they
they
go.
gold, or is
Sick.
that what I'm wearing right now?
Those are gonna look so good on me.
Yeah.
Oh,
Damn,
yeah.
Sam, you're gonna
And
look
then
like
It's gonna
also-
go with your silver.
All right, show
fox
Sam one
hair.
more. Don't spoil it all. We got to get
Silver
back to
hair.
Matt.
We also got some safety glasses
Yeah,
too,
don't
because
don't
I actually do have
spoil
to
it
wear
all,
safety
Paco.
glasses.
One more.
Oh, one more, yeah. This,
All right, hold
You
on.
got heat wave safety glasses?
Yeah, I have to
How
wear
many
safety
did
glasses
you
pretty
get?
often for
Sam
shoots.
got like 6.
Well, he can spare one.
I would, Josh. Actually, for being on the guest show, you have all Sam's glasses.
All right, check this out.
Thanks, Sam.
Josh is
He also
taking
got safety glasses to get close to the burnouts when you're doing your.
No, dead serious.
videos.
Every time I go into a Snap-on factory, I've got to wear glasses, and I look like a real dingus with my disposables.
Uh-oh.
So now I'm going to look like a.
All right, let's
all-star.
go back to Matt Field. He has front-facing camera on. He's
Ooh,
walking around.
ooh,
He's
what
looking
is
at
this?
2 jacks. We got 2
Two
jacks on the
jacks.
ground. We got a yellow.
Whoa, what are, hold on.
That looks like.
Slow down.
Is that
We got some cool
Gocha's?
stuff
Is
here.
that Gocha's S15?
Yeah. Well, this
What?
car we originally built for this Russian chick, Ekaterina, and
I remember
she
that.
came over, drove it twice, got pregnant, never came back. So Gocha drove it 1 round at Long Beach, and now it's just sitting in the shop looking pretty.
That's
Is
an
that,
interesting
an
story.
S15 or an S14 with a 15 front?
S15, real
Wow.
deal.
Hold on,
S15.
hold on.
Yeah.
So
Beautiful.
what is the what? So is it just going to sit there forever, or is Gocha going to give it to you?
So
Pregnancies don't
actually,
last
while I
forever.
was in China,
Uh-huh.
we were talking to another driver. I probably shouldn't blow it out of the water just yet.
Yep.
Also,
But he's been wanting to put together a U.S. program, and he was asking me about my S14, and I told him like, it might be spoken for, and don't you drive right-hand drive anyways? And he's like, yeah. I was like, well, it's your lucky day. I got the car for you. So we might be running 3 programs next year.
Holy cow! And
So,
hold on,
so
Sam.
spoilers. Hold on. This we gotta decipher this. You said it's a foreign, maybe European driver that drives right-hand drive. We didn't say European.
Yeah, exactly. I was in China and
Okay.
speaking
So in
to
other
a
words,
driver.
Japanese driver or Chinese driver that drives right-hand drive is going to be in that car next year, maybe.
Isn't
Are you
there
going to
people
have
that-
like
Does
do
British
you have like an
cars still drive
overarching
on the right?
team name, or like
Like,
is there
is
going
that
to
only
be one
Japan?
banner that you're all going to run under, or what's up?
Honestly, I'm just gonna let everybody else do their own thing. You know, like as far as this is your team, I'm just gonna be the one. Like obviously, Pat Gooden's gonna drive for me, hopefully. But if this program and this stuff all works out, then that'll be that driver's program. I'm just facilitating everything. So all
Well, what
the
does
prep
that
work,
mean?
all the transportation, everything else.
Wow.
When you say Pat Gooden's driving for you, is it Matt Field Racing? Like is it
No,
gonna say Drift
I
Cave
never-
or what?
Yeah. We are Drift Cave Motorsports. We are not Matt Field Racing. The biggest pet peeve of my life is insert name here, racing. I hate
Ooh.
it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it.
Fuck
So,
you,
yeah,
Penske.
we are-
Fuck
we
you.
are Drift
Richard
Cave
Childress.
Motorsports.
Fuck.
Don't like it. I don't like it. Well, here's the thing. If you start somewhere and then your name turns into like a household brand where you got Penske rental cars and stuff like that, like, yeah, I get it. But I just don't like the basic, like, this is my first year racing. I'm going to have my own racing team. And it's like,
I agree.
Don't
agree.
even
I don't
try
like
to.
the name.
Yeah,
Yeah,
don't even
I
try.
don't like it.
Why not?
I don't like it.
I agree. So real quick, back to the yellow S15. Competitive? Would it compete?
Yellow S13. Look at that. You know what that is? That's a Mitsubishi Mirage that has an LS in it.
Mitsubishi
that's-
Mirage.
That's
that's-
with an
really
LS.
that's really an Evo 5.
That's Sam's dream car.
How close
Loving
were
the
the
wing.
Mirages to Evos? Because I remember seeing those driving around back before all the Mitsubishis broke, and they looked pretty close, right?
Yeah, it's basically the same except for the rear floor because that was front wheel drive. So this thing has like a rear floor conversion, so it has rear wheel drive, and then all the fancy Mitsubishi stuff, and then you can see we're like having to do trans tunnel, fit T56, got to do
Sick.
pedals. It's a whole thing here.
Jesus Christ.
It's gonna be a drift car.
No, probably be a
No,
rock
it's like
climber.
this guy's like hot rod.
Oh, it's a hot rod.
Like track day car.
It's
yeah,
awesome.
with AC. So it's not
Hell yeah.
not
That guy's a
full
beast.
blown race car, but it's
That's a
cool.
shiny compressor.
Yeah, brand new.
Hey, so real
Yeah,
quick,
the S15 is pretty.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's pretty competitive, but it was built to be like a Pro 2 car.
okay.
So it has an NA LS3 with nitrous, makes like 650 wheel. So for it to be really competitive, we would just do the same thing that we have in the Corvette, same thing that we have in the S14. Do a Vortex supercharger on it, and
As a Pro
it's
1
pretty much
competitive, you mean?
right.
That's-
It's pretty much ready to go. But it's a nice car. We built the car. Damn, it's been 5 or 6 years now. Is how long
Jeez.
ago we built this thing.
Yeah.
But it's got all the goodies: rear mount radiator, GSR transmission, quick change, like all the fancy stuff. Like if you see back here, it's almost identical to my 14,
right.
just
Yep.
in a 15 body. Yep.
Corey, you don't even need to build another car. Just try to get in line on that one.
Yeah, just hit up Matt and ask what other. I would drive the Mirage actually.
Were you in China? And he,
I was in China. I
were you
was,
the
but
driver
I
he spoke?
was a working girl there.
Oh,
Working girl.
How was China?
Here, this is a like a Pro-Am car, like hopefully Pro-Am to Pro 2 350Z car that we're just starting that we got to get before the start of Top Drift season. So we just got the car like a week and a half ago, so we stripped it out.
Wow.
started
Are you doing
the
like a
cage and
full
everything.
builds on that?
This is going to be GSR, stock diff, stock axles, probably a 500 wheel horsepower LS3. So like the beginning stage is going to have an LS. It's going to have all the good suspension, all everything built well. It's just not going to be 1,000 horsepower drift
Yeah.
car. This is
Right.
Well, I
like
know-
step one.
And I know that price is always something that is a cliche thing to talk about, but I'm sure everyone wants to know if they bring you a stock shell of a Z, how much to get it to a badass Pro-Am car.
So this car with the stuff that this guy wants is going to be between 60 and 70 grand. And that's, everything all included, buying all the parts and our labor.
Which is definitely
That's
reasonable
not
for
terribly
that.
bad at all.
And
From
but the
the-
thing is too, it's crazy to think about
whole
too. If
thing.
you only spent another 80 grand, that's a Pro 1 car.
Yeah, and it's funny explaining to the people the difference because don't get me wrong, that sounds like a lot of money, but in all
For a
actuality,
race car, it's not.
our labor is not very much. Like you spend $40,000 to $50,000 in parts building a Pro-Am car. It's
Right.
just, when you do everything all at once, it's crazy how it works.
Yeah.
Well,
But it's
if it-
also crazy
Yeah.
too is that the jump to a pro car is only another 80 grand maybe. It's the labor that takes so much time. It's just
Right.
the cost of parts.
Exactly.